Chapter 1: A Silent Prodigy. The sun rose over the Hidden Leaf Village, its golden rays spilling into the small apartment that Naruto Uzumaki called home. He woke up to the sound of his alarm clock ringing obnoxiously, the persistent beeping cutting through the peaceful morning. With a groan, he pushed the covers off and sat up, rubbing the sleep from his eyes. Today was another day at the academy, another chance to prove himself. As he got ready, he glanced in the cracked mirror on his wall. The reflection staring back at him was the same as always: spiky blonde hair, blue eyes, and a determination that burned beneath the surface. Despite the whispers he had overheard about him being the nine-tails brat, he didn't let it deter him. He was determined to become the strongest ninja and earn respect, not just fear. After a quick breakfast of instant ramen, his favorite, he stepped outside into the bustling streets of Konoha. The village was alive with activity. Children laughed as they chased one another, and vendors called out, selling their goods. Naruto watched from the sidelines, a quiet observer in a world that seemed vibrant and full of life. He longed to be part of it, to belong. As he walked to the academy, he could feel the stares of the villagers on him, some filled with disdain, others with pity. He ignored them, focusing instead on the path ahead. Today was an important day. He had a plan. The academy building loomed in front of him, its familiar structure filled with the sounds of excited chatter. He entered the classroom, taking a seat in the back, as he always did. His classmates filled the room, each one animatedly discussing their plans for training or boasting about their latest jutsu. Naruto often found himself lost in their conversations, but today he felt a surge of determination rising within him. Iruka Umino, their instructor, entered the room, and the noise gradually faded as everyone settled down. "All right, class, today we'll be learning about chakra control," he announced, his voice filled with enthusiasm. Naruto leaned forward, his attention fully captured. "Chakra is the energy that ninjas use to perform jutsu," Iruka explained. "Today, we'll practice the tree climbing exercise, which will help you learn to focus your chakra into your feet." As Iruka demonstrated the technique, Naruto felt a sense of excitement bubbling inside him. This was it. This was his chance to shine. He watched intently, absorbing every detail. He could feel the energy of the classroom shift as his classmates began to chatter eagerly about their own experiences with chakra control. When it was time to practice, Naruto stood up and moved toward the trees just outside the academy. He felt a rush of adrenaline as he approached a sturdy trunk, excitement coursing through him. He had practiced this before, but he could never quite grasp the technique on his own. With determination, he placed his hands against the rough bark, closing his eyes to concentrate. "Okay, I can do this," he whispered to himself, feeling his chakra flow through him like a river. He could visualize the energy, a vibrant glow coursing through his body, waiting to be unleashed. But as he attempted to climb, he felt his chakra falter. He pressed his feet against the trunk, focusing intently, but instead of scaling the tree, he ended up slipping back down to the ground. Frustration boiled within him. "Why can't I get this?" he muttered, the disappointment stinging. Suddenly he heard a familiar voice. "Need a hand, Naruto?" Kakashi Hatake strolled over, his trademark laid-back demeanor evident even as he observed Naruto's struggle. Naruto looked up, feeling a mix of embarrassment and relief. "I'm trying to climb the tree," he admitted, rubbing the back of his head sheepishly. "But I can't seem to get it right." Kakashi chuckled softly, crouching down beside him. "It's all about chakra control. Let me show you a few techniques that might help." With that, Kakashi demonstrated the hand seals and explained the importance of focusing energy into the feet. "You have to visualize your chakra like a river flowing steadily. If you force it, you'll lose control," he advised. Naruto nodded, absorbing every word. "Okay, I'll try again." He took a deep breath, clearing his mind. As he positioned himself back at the tree, he thought about Kakashi's words. He focused on feeling the chakra within him, picturing it flowing smoothly. With renewed determination, he pressed his feet against the trunk again, and this time he felt a glimmer of success. Slowly he began to rise, inching up the bark as he channeled his chakra. For a moment, everything felt right. The tree bark scratched against his feet, but he ignored it, focusing solely on the technique. He climbed higher, the exhilaration of accomplishment surging through him. But just as he reached a height that felt promising, he lost concentration. His chakra flickered, and he plummeted to the ground, landing in a heap of leaves and dirt. Ugh, he groaned, looking up to see Kakashi watching with an amused smile. You were doing well until the end there, Kakashi said, offering a hand to help him up. It takes time, Naruto. Keep practicing and don't hesitate to ask for help. You have potential. You just need to learn to harness it. Naruto brushed himself off, determination igniting once more. I won't give up. I'll master this technique, I swear, he declared, his voice filled with resolve. Kakashi nodded approvingly. That's the spirit. Remember, being a ninja isn't just about strength, it's also about perseverance. You have what it takes. As the day continued, Naruto found himself immersed in the lessons, trying harder to focus and channel his energy. Each failure felt less like a setback and more like a stepping stone, a lesson learned on the path to becoming a true ninja. An evening of reflection. That evening, after class, Naruto returned to his apartment, exhausted but energized by the day's training. The sun was setting, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. He sat at his small table, the remnants of his ramen from breakfast still lingering in his mind. But instead of indulging in another meal, he felt the urge to train. He changed into his training gear and headed out, making his way back to the hidden training ground he had discovered weeks ago. The moment he arrived, he felt a sense of calm wash over him. The secluded area, away from the judgmental eyes of the villagers, became a sanctuary where he could explore his abilities without fear of failure. He stood before a tall tree, the bark rough and inviting. Taking a deep breath, he closed his eyes, recalling Kakashi's words about visualization. He focused on the chakra swirling inside him, imagining it like a bright stream flowing effortlessly. I can do this, he whispered, feeling a wave of confidence. He placed his hands on the tree and began to channel his chakra. Tree climbing jutsu, he shouted, but as he tried to climb, the familiar sensation of slipping returned, and he felt frustration welling up again. No, 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 he muttered, shaking his head. Focus. He closed his eyes tighter, pushing away the doubts creeping in. Suddenly he heard a rustle behind him. Startled, he turned to see Kakashi watching from the edge of the clearing, arms crossed, an amused smile on his face. Nice to see you're practicing, Kakashi said, his tone casual. Mind if I join you? Naruto's heart raced with excitement. You're here to help? I need it. All right, let's try something different, Kakashi said, stepping closer. This time, I want you to concentrate not just on your chakra, but also on your breathing. It's important to keep your mind clear. Naruto nodded, eager to follow Kakashi's guidance. He took a deep breath, inhaling slowly, as he felt the tension in his body begin to ease. With Kakashi's presence calming him, he approached the tree once more. Ready when you are, Kakashi encouraged. As he placed his hands against the bark, he imagined the chakra flowing steadily, like a gentle river. He focused on his breathing, inhaling and exhaling slowly, letting go of everything else. Tree climbing jutsu, he shouted, channeling his energy. This time, as he pressed his feet against the tree, he felt the familiar sensation of chakra anchoring him. He began to climb, slowly but steadily. His heart raced with exhilaration as he ascended higher and higher, determination coursing through him. Kakashi watched, a proud smile on his face. That's it! You're getting it. Naruto climbed until he reached a comfortable height, feeling the rush of victory surging through him. I did it! I actually did it! He exclaimed, his voice echoing through the clearing. But as he celebrated his small victory, his chakra flickered, and he suddenly lost his grip, tumbling backward and landing on the ground with a thud. Ugh! Again! He groaned, looking up at Kakashi with a mix of frustration and embarrassment. Kakashi chuckled, extending a hand to help him up once more. You were doing great until the very end. Just remember, every great ninja has faced failures. The important thing is to learn from them and keep pushing forward. Naruto nodded, feeling the fire of determination reignite within him. I won't give up. I'll keep practicing until I master this. Kakashi smiled, patting him on the shoulder. That's the spirit. Remember, Naruto, being a ninja is not just about strength. It's about heart and resilience. You're on the right path. With that encouragement, Naruto spent the next few hours practicing, channeling his chakra, and climbing the tree again and again. Though he fell repeatedly, Each attempt brought him closer to success. With Kakashi's support, he felt less like an outcast and more like a ninja in training. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting shadows across the training ground, Naruto knew he was making progress. He might be silent, but with each passing day, he was slowly carving out his place in the world, one small victory at a time. Reflections and dreams. After another exhausting training session, Naruto made his way back home, his muscles sore, but his spirits soaring. He climbed the stairs to his apartment, feeling a sense of accomplishment swell within him. Each challenge he faced only fueled his desire to prove himself. As he sat at the small table, he glanced at the picture he had taped to the wall, a drawing of the Hokage monument, where the faces of the previous Hokage gazed down upon him. One day, I'll be up there too, he promised himself, determination etched in his heart. As he prepared to sleep, he couldn't shake the excitement bubbling within him. Tomorrow would bring new challenges, new opportunities to learn, and he would be ready. He would embrace the struggles, the failures, and the victories that lay ahead. Naruto fell asleep with a smile on his face, dreaming of the day he would stand tall as a true ninja, recognized for his skills and heart. The journey ahead was long, but he was prepared to face it head-on, step by silent step.